Hey, hi there. This is Murali Sundaram, your happiness coach, and in this video, I'm going to share with you the best 5 spiritual books which has influenced me as a human being to become a better person. Are you someone really looking out to know which are the world's best spiritual books? I'm going to share with you in this video. But before I go there, I would request you to press the subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you will always get notified whenever I upload new content. So let's jump inside to my top 5 favorite books. I keep reading a lot, and one question which popped up in my head and it made me to search everywhere is the question called, who am I? It's one of the most dangerous questions in the world. Once you get this question, you can't erase it with any vaccine, or you can't remove that question. You have to go deeper to find out. So this one question of who am I made me to study various spiritual books, learn from different masters. But in this video, I'm going to share with you my best 5 titles which has helped me to become a better person. Okay, the number 1 is all-time favorite, The Autobiography of Yogi by Paramahamsa Yogananda. If you are someone who is new into the spiritual dimension, this is the first book that we all must read, because in this book, Paramahamsa Yogananda beautifully explains the journey of a normal human being to become a yogi. And in one of the chapter, Paramahamsa Yogananda beautifully talks about the scientific formula of achieving self-realization. How many minutes if you meditate, what happens to the whole Kriya Shakti inside your body, thereby your Kundalini can get awakened. So how many hours if you meditate, and in how many years or months you will achieve self-realization. That one chapter, that one small paragraph blew my whole mind itself. Okay, and in this book, Paramahamsa Yogananda talks a lot about, there has to be a 1 billion neuronal connection that has to happen, and it takes 1 million years with proper sunlight, food, and exercise. So go ahead, if you are someone seriously looking out to know, the basic foundational path and also the advanced path on self-realization, this is a very, very interesting book. This one book I have gifted the maximum number of times to my friends who always says, hey, which is the best book to read? Go ahead, and this is my first suggestion. The second and the most interesting book in this journey is one of my favorite master called Sri Yam. He lives in Andhra Pradesh in a city called Madanapalli. Okay, and it's a very, very interesting book called The Apprentice to the Himalayan Master, where Sri Yam talks a lot about his journey with his mentor or with his guide guru Babaji. Okay, it's a beautiful story. It's full of stories, lot of mysteries and magics are there, and he always mentions in this book that this book is out of your logic. If you are interested, go ahead and read. So he warns you, he cautions you, because it's not for logical minded people. You need to go into an illogical world to understand yourself. This is always my favorite book for people who really want to understand Himalayas, the power of the Himalayas, and how you can also awaken the Himalayan Shakti inside you. Okay, so this is the second book I will always recommend. The third book is one of my go-to books. Okay, whenever I have a doubt in my head, whenever I want to know an answer, I just go to this book called Mystic Musing and randomly open the book. You know what? My answer is there in that one line or a paragraph where my eyes are staring. I have no idea how this works, but I have tried this with this book by Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, The Mystic Musings, and every time I open this book, I always get an answer which I am searching for in my life. I have tried this, my wife has tried, and this is something which is a very, very deep, interesting book. And this book is all about how the consecration of Dhyana Linga and what is meant by how do you incarnate, how do you apply the life force inside and activate the whole Jiva Shakti and Atma Shakti. And also it's a very, very interesting book from Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev's life and his teachings. Go ahead, this book talks about that body, the life energy, the karmic energies are distributed in your body, mind, emotion, and your spirit. So your karmas are distributed on all these 4, and we need to go ahead and start dissolving the karma in all the 4 dimensions of our life. It's very deep. but when you read it, you will understand. And mostly the whole book is more like question and answers, where most of the answers are, most of the questions are asked by his disciples, and he answers them. It's a brilliant book, very deep understanding, purely explained in a scientific angle also. You will love and enjoy this book. Okay, but let me now share with you some interesting book. This is one book many may not know, but this is always my favorite book, called I Am That, because my search for who am I always ended up in this question, who am I really? And Nisargadatta Maharaj beautifully says that you are that. Okay, the creator is you. Okay, and he represents the creator. He says that the creator is not the male or a female. Forget all this dualistic way of living. Everything is one, so it can be called as that. Okay, so the whole book is all about how the creator who is there inside you can be represented as that. Brilliant book on non-dual philosophy or Advaita philosophy. Go ahead and read this book. Okay, and the last and the best, according to me, this one book is the best according to me in all the spiritual classics. I have read varieties of translation on this topic, but nothing can actually beat this book called God Talks with Arjuna by Paramahamsa Yogananda. It took 3 years for me to complete this book. It comes in 2 volumes. Beautiful book, brilliant explanation, and more than the chapter, below every page, a lot of footnotes are there. The gems are found inside these footnotes. Okay, and I have read this book couple of times. Each time I read, it makes me to realize the whole life in a different way. This is one of the best explanation of Bhagavad Gita I have seen by Paramahamsa Yogananda. So these are my top 5 recommendations today. Go ahead, and if you have not read these books, go ahead and start reading these books. And if you have read any other spiritual classics and books, I would request you to comment below with a little bit of a brief understanding of that book, so that it can also help all of our viewers to buy that book and become a better version of themselves. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, go ahead and share this video with one of your family friend who's seriously asking the question called, who am I? And I will see you in another video. Thanks for watching. This is Murali Sundaram, your happiness coach. Bye-bye.